Well, Joe here from the PTP, and I'm here with guitar legend Michael Angelo Batio. Just played an awesome show.
Cool.
He's on the Speed Kills tour.
Yes.
So, how's it going, man? How's the tour going?
It's fantastic, and we do these VIP meet and greets, and I get to meet really great guitar players, and just everything's going fantastic.
Awesome, man. So I'm a big fan of yours. Huge influence on me. I got super surprised the other day. I found out you were in a movie.
Yes.
I didn't know this. Shock 'em Dead. Like, how did that happen? Like, how did they come to you and everything?
Well, the actual movie was made for cable. It was made for I think it was Cinemax or the Movie Channel. But what they did was they actually patterned the movie after me. They wanted me to play the lead role, and then they found out I wasn't really an actor. And so they said, don't worry, I have a role for you. So that's how, but I was an integral part of the movie. If you look at the guy Angel, my name's Angelo, he kind of looked like me, but I got to play the demon, and I played all the guitar parts in the movie. It was really fun.
That's awesome. And then in the film, of course, one of the most exciting parts, you did the double neck,
Yeah.
which is something you invented.
Yeah.
What made you think of the double neck?
I just wanted to do something different. I saw a jazz saxophone player when I was a kid named Rassan Roland Kurd. He could play two saxes at the same time. I was 11 years old. And so I said, I can do this on guitar. And that's what I did when I played the left and righty one. You saw my brand new one tonight. And I really enjoyed doing it. And I just wanted to do something that was different. But that movie, Shock 'em Dead, that was part of it. They literally patterned the movie after me, and it was an honor. And the wild thing is, about 2 years ago, I went into Hollywood, and we did a screening of the movie because it's like the commemorative edition. And it was like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The whole audience knew every line of the movie. They were singing the songs, and then I played a show afterwards. It was great.
So you went into the studio and recorded the tracks as well.
Yeah, and then because there's no way you can do that live in the movie.
Right.
Because they had to control everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, I went in the movie, went to the studio, recorded everything, and then we filmed it.
Awesome, man. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. Just played an awesome show. Michael Angelo Batio, guitar legend, my hero, Shock 'em Dead. Fun movie.
Yes.
Peace.
The Perfect Turd Podcast special edition today, and you brought this up, Joe. So I'll let you lead the way because you know way more about this than I do.
I do.
Yes.
I brought this one up because we had the very good fortune of interviewing guitar legend Michael Angelo Batio.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him in concert the other day, and we got a chance to talk to him. He was in a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it blew my mind when I saw this clip because I thought I knew everything about him. And then all of a sudden I see this clip, and he was in a movie called Shock 'em Dead.
That's my guitar noise.
So we were able to interview him and ask him about how he got into the movie and stuff, and he gave us some pretty cool insight on the backstory of the movie and stuff, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this movie definitely, I would say it resonated with me too, because being my background in music and everything, I found a lot of the tropes funny and stuff.
Yes, there are, because the movie is basically Faust and hard rock and roll, metal rock and roll. That's the premise of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so if you just run it down real quick, so you have this character. Was he Angel before?
He was Martin.
Martin.
His name is Martin. He's a goofy guy.
He's kind of a loser, right?
But he's also a perv.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he spies pretty much on a woman undressing, and I was like, oh,
But back then, I think they were framing it as the guy's like such a loser. Like that's all he can do is
yeah,
he's so hard up that he just has to resort to spying.
yeah,
Of course, now we look at that stuff and we're like, oh, that he's just a perp.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's just nasty.
But this was made like in 1991, you said?
Yes, 1991. This
So,
is when it was made.
Different
Yep.
times.
Oh man.
But he
Yeah.
wants to be in a band.
Yes.
He wants to be a rock star. And he like goes to try out, like he works at a pizza parlor.
Mm-hmm.
And he quits his job to go try out for a band, but he sucks.
Very, very bad
Yeah.
guitar player.
And then you run into like a funny thing. He runs into like this voodoo woman.
Who's always walking around.
Yeah, she's just walking around.
And that's the thing. It's just like she's just always. It's like, oh, is that voodoo lady?
Yeah.
Everybody's just cool with it, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, and everyone seems to know her
Yeah.
or know who she is and everything, but it's kind of like, you know.
She's just around.
So basically, what happens is Martin
Yes.
gets with the voodoo lady, and she's like, "You can have anything you want,
Yeah.
but you have to sell your soul."
Yes, and just because she's involved in voodoo doesn't mean she's involved with the devil.
It's true.
That's not nice. But
Well-
yeah, it's the story. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And he sells his soul.
Yeah.
And then she puts a mask on him.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a weird looking mask.
It was the whole. I guess they were trying to still tie in the voodoo thing and that kind of. Yeah.
Yep. And then then he goes to a place, and that's where you see the demon comes.
Yes.
The demon is playing the double guitar neck,
Mm-hmm.
which going back to what Michael Angelo Batio, he played the demon in the movie. He also played all the guitar parts.
Yes.
So that was his deal. Of course, you'll see in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you see Angel or anyone in the movie like playing really well, it kind of cuts to him playing guitar. It cuts it off at the neck, so you
Yeah.
just see his hands playing.
It's him.
But in this scene, you see his full body. He's dressed like a demon.
Yes.
He's playing the double neck, and then he hands his powers off to Martin, and then Martin becomes Angel.
Yes. And he wakes up.
Yeah.
And he wakes up in bed and he's like, what's going on here? And then he sees these women around and everything like that. So he basically just automatically just has women. He is the rock star god.
Yeah.
And with the introduction of all these women, there's just one in a hot tub who's just topless.
Yeah.
And that's just her character. And he goes outside. He's like, hey, you want to come into the hot tub? He's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Just walks back in. So
Well, that was one of the things. Like when he woke up and he had the woman, and she's like, "How you like being a rock star?" She just takes her
Yeah,
her
it's just
lingerie
like-
off or so.
that's a running theme in this film. Women that are just giving it up to rock stars.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
at first didn't make, like, I was watching and I was like, oh, what is this movie? And when Michael Angelo did explain to us that this was made for Cinemax,
Yes.
it made a little more sense that there were so many boobs in this movie.
Yes.
So that was actually good knowledge.
A little backstory for
Little backstory.
why there was a lot of topless women in this movie.
Yeah.
Yes. So-
And then, of course, Tracy Lords acted in the movie.
yes, who is a famous adult movie star who crossed over.
Yeah.
She's like, I think she's the biggest porn actress to go into like mainstream movies. So.
Yeah, she's had a lot of success out of the porn industry.
She was in Blade.
She was.
She was in Blade. So yeah.
So basically now Angel goes to try out for this band, and she's like kind of like managing the band,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also her boyfriend's band.
Yes.
They don't recognize him anymore because he's Angel now.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes in there and he shreds.
He takes another guy's spot,
Yeah,
which comes up later, which is
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
yeah, and he just flat out shreds. And of course that's actually Michael Angelo Batio playing, but the guy that was like the band leader, like he was writing the song, like from the get-go,
Yes.
it's like Angel's like, yeah, your stuff is shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm taking over this group, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he kind of just was like, here's the music. He's like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you can memorize all that? Psh, duh. Kind of sucks anyway.
That was one of the funny things. So one of my favorite parts of this movie was the song that the guy wrote for it.
We have to talk about the band leader because when I was watching this movie, he's very critical of everybody else, but I'm thinking, he's not that good.
No. So the song that he wrote that was going to be like the hit for their band.
Yeah.
It was like, what was it?
Something about a virgin.
He was writing a song about his girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a virgin girl.
Yeah, and it's like,
I wait till I'm married.
yeah.
The chorus. It was really funny though.
Yeah, that he was very overcritical. He didn't focus on his own talents.
But yeah.
Man.
But I was laughing so hard. I thought that was so funny, that the lyrics to that song. Like,
Yeah, it was really on the nose of what he was trying to say. It's like,
I'm a virgin girl.
I'm a virgin girl. Okay.
What was this like? I don't go down. or
Yeah,
something.
like he was real literal about what the girl wouldn't do in the song, and I was just like, well, maybe it's a hit. No, yeah.
So
okay.
that was funny.
Yeah.
So at some point, like Angel, I think he's having sex with his girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And he looks in the mirror,
And she's all burnt up.
and she's all burnt.
Mm-hmm.
So then he finds out when you sell your soul, like, and all the girls that were in his loop there, they had all sold their soul for
To be
this
pretty
life.
and stuff
To be
like
pretty.
that.
The thing about it is, there's a downside.
Yeah.
When you sell your soul, you almost become like a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And they get sick when they eat.
Yeah, and then like for the women, like when they look in the mirror, they see their true
They
selves.
see their true selves.
And it's like all burnt up, and then like you can't eat. Like if you try to eat, you like throw it up because it's like just like mush and all this other crap, just disgusting. So very Faustian, like you sell your soul, but you give something up.
Yeah.
So
And the catch is, he was like, well, how do I survive? Well, the catch is he's got to eat people.
you got to kill them,
You got to kill people and eat them.
take their energy and all that kind of stuff.
So yeah, so now he has to go around, and he's kind of going back to all the people that were kind of mean to him when he was Martin,
Yeah.
like his landlord, his old boss.
Yeah, his old boss. Yeah.
He starts killing them first.
Yeah, and when he tries to kill his boss, he kind of learns, like, you get weakened, and then the other girl is like, yeah, you probably want to start with people that you can't, that you can fight, because that guy was fighting them off pretty hardcore, and it's just like, she's like, yeah, you might want to,
Yeah.
tone it down a little bit with your prey and everything like that.
And then when he goes to kill his landlord, he busts in on him, and his landlord is watching porn.
Yeah.
So that was more like them shoehorning in the porn, which was funny.
Mm-hmm.
The Angel character almost becomes the villain of the movie.
Because they had a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that guy singing his song, he trips the band leader off the stage, takes over the show, start doing the double necking thing and everything like that. And then the band leader is a heroin addict or something? He's shooting up before the show. It was just like...
Yeah, they just added that in there.
That's in
There's
there.
no context. It's just like, oh,
well,
just
it
throw
comes
that.
back later.
Yeah.
So, but then after the show, some girl is like, yeah, I want you to come over. Once again, going back to the theme of like women just loving rock stars.
Mm-hmm.
Just starts undressing, and then he kills her. Then the band leader sees that, and then Angel goes after him, knocks him off.
Kills him.
Yep.
And then who ends up really becoming, I guess, the hero is the bass player.
Yes.
Which he's the boyfriend of Tracy Lords' character.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But he's kind of like not really in the movie.
No.
Like he's there, but like they don't set him up as a character. And then over a sudden at the end, he becomes the hero.
Yeah.
Because Angel, he wants Tracy Lords' character. Like he thinks she's the most beautiful woman. He wants her.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to make her a demon like him, so they
Mm-hmm.
can live forever. Blah blah blah. So he has her all tied up, and he's about to kill her to make her into the demon, but he's also playing guitar at the same time.
Because he has to serenade her.
Yeah. And then people think it's just part of the show. Like she's screaming like, help
That
me!
was hilarious. Because not only that, because when they first bring her in, because they kidnap her and everything like that, the other women are helping her.
Yeah.
Helping them do this. And the guard is just like, oh, what's wrong with her? Oh, happens to me all the time, so it must be nice. And just lets her in. It's like, do you not see what's going on here? This is a fainted woman. You might want to step in security, but no, they don't. So.
And then the people watching this whole, there was a group of people watching it, and they just thought it was a show.
This is awesome,
It was
man.
like, this is awesome.
Yep.
In the end, the bass player guy comes and takes out Angel.
He takes out Angel because he finds out to kill them, you have to inject them with food, and it'll kill them. So we go back because the band leader He was on heroin. He had a needle. He hid the needle behind the stage. The bass player finds it, puts fake food into the needle, and injects it into the Angel's neck. Boom.
Yeah.
Blows up his head.
So that's pretty much what that movie is about, yeah?
Yeah, it's just Faustian with, you know, rock and roll. It's pretty much, you know, you can't sell your soul without giving something up. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. So we'll kind of talk about it and then rate it a little bit. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I'm a musician, so I'm definitely partial in the 80s. If you love 80s metal and that, and if you're a musician, you'll love this movie because it is fun. It's definitely campy.
Yes.
I don't think anyone is going to debate that. It's campy.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
It is a fun movie.
And actually, it took me by surprise a little bit in one sense because I thought at some point Angel was going to have like a redemption. I thought he was going to be like,
Yeah.
this is not worth it. I'd rather be normal guy than have to be a bad guy and kill people. And he never actually got redemption. He just became the villain of the movie.
No. He just is like, I gotta kill people and eat them.
Yeah, so that I actually like that aspect of it because I thought I had it all figured out. I thought it was going to be really predictable.
Yeah.
And yeah, he'll get redemption, he'll go back, and he'll end up with the girl. She'll like him for who he really is, and none of that happened. So I like that aspect of it.
Nope.
So for me, overall, I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
So I say, as a movie, B movie is like 4 out of 5 for me. I liked it.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 for me also. I like they had like a little jabs at like humor like for eating people and stuff like that. Like there was one time where they brought over a groupie and they were like, well, why are you bringing over? Ha ha ha. I thought that we would order in. That kind of stuff was silly. There was also a really funny part where a cop comes to investigate. And the cop comes over and like they have like these knives that they have to use to kill people. And one of the girls is just trying to talk to him, seduce him kind of. And she's trying to signal to the other girl, get rid of the knife.
Oh, yeah.
But for some reason, she thought in her mind it was to kill the person. She's like, what are you doing? I wanted you to hide it. That was funny.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, like you said, it wasn't predictable. And I don't think it took itself like too seriously. And that's what made it fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then, like, the character of Martin, like, you thought he was going to be a redeemable person. No. But, yeah, it was fun. It wasn't one of those, like, oh, you know what's going to happen. The effects were cool.
Yeah.
For what they had. And, yeah, it was a good movie. I'm not, like, a big rock fan, but it's like, yeah, I enjoyed watching it. So.
Right.
So.
Yeah, good one.
Cool.
So, and once again, like, big, huge thanks for Michael Angelo Batio for doing the interview and giving us all the insight that he gave us about the movie. And of course, he's like out on tour and stuff. So if you can go check him out on tour, like it's definitely worth. It's like a great show.
Go see him.
And like cool, like VIP stuff is really cool. Like you get to hang and get like actual guitar lesson with him and stuff. So that's pretty much it. Michael Angelo Batio, Shock 'em Dead, Perfect Turd podcast. Peace.
Deuces.